અંતર્ગત વાત કરીએ શ્રીરામ પ્રોपर्टीजना ईडी અને ग्रुप CFO गोपाल कृष्णन आपकी साथे जोड़ाई गया है। गोपाल जी, स्वागत है आपका शो पर। और सबसे पहले सर, आपके पास से हम जो अर्निंग्स के ऊपर ओपनिंग कमेंट्स आपके लेना चाहेंगे, Q3 के रिलेटेड आप क्या कमेंट्स देना चाहेंगे?
Good afternoon, everyone. Q3 has been exceptional, good quarter for us. We had a very strong revenue growth, volume growth, and revenue growth, and earnings growth as well, very attractive. On the 9-month also, we have had a very strong 9-month. It's actually highest ever 9-month volume as well as sales value for us. Our quarterly run rates have continued to be above 1 million square feet, and we think the Q4 will be much stronger as since we have 4 launches lined up and 2 more potential launches are there in the pipeline. So overall, we are looking at a very good fourth quarter coming our way, and Q3 has been a very strong, encouraging number for us.
सर गुड मॉर्निंग। और आपने जो कहा कि जो Q3 के 2 प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं वो Q4 में अभी शिफ्ट हो गए हैं, कैसे आप देख रहे हैं? आउटलुक क्या देना चाहेंगे ये इस साल के लिए और 24 के लिए अभी आउटलुक कैसे रखे आप चल रहे हैं?
From a market outlook perspective, I think markets are undercurrent is very strong. Notwithstanding the rate hikes that we have seen by the Reserve Bank and therefore all the housing loan companies, the underlying demand has remained strong. We learn from the housing loan companies as well as from the customers that the overall demand has remained robust and credit requirements have continued to be robust. So that is an encouraging factor for us from a demand perspective. We had a couple of launches delayed in Q3, and that's one of the reasons why our volumes have remained at about 1 million square feet, but it was slightly modest compared to quarter-on-quarter or year-on-year growth basis. We think that will get compensated in Q4 because we have 4 launches coming up. Bangalore and Chennai, both plotted and apartments are getting launched. January we launched 1. February we are launching, we're doing pre-marketing right now. We should launch 2 more projects in February and then few in March. So we see a very strong outlook for the company. And from the mid-market affordable housing perspective, the demand is extremely strong, and the customer demand requirements have remained encouraging both for us and for the rest of the industry. So we see a very strong outlook from a volume perspective. From a price perspective, we've had very strong growth in price during Q1 to Q3. This year so far we have realized 7% higher realization on top of an 8% realization we saw in second half last year. So together 15% higher realization in 12 to 18 months helps us in improving margin profile, also overcoming the cost inflation that we saw in Q1 FY23. So overall very strong outlook.
सर नेक्स्ट समझना चाहेंगे कलेक्शंस के फ्रंट पर 9M FY23 कलेक्शंस के बारे में अगर बात करें तो ईयर ऑन ईयर बेसिस पे यहाँ पर हम एक रिड्यूस होता हुआ दिख रहे हैं कलेक्शंस को, जो कि था 1263 करोड़, जो कि आपको कहाँ तक लग रहा है लोअर कलेक्शन के ऊपर? क्या रीजंस आपको लग रहे हैं, कहाँ से अफेक्ट होता देख रहे हैं? और साथ ही सर समझना चाहेंगे नाउ वी आर इन हायर इंटरेस्ट रेट सिनारियो, तो आगे चलकर इन टर्म्स ऑफ रियलाइजेशंस आप कैसे दिख रहे हैं पूरे साल को?
So I couldn't follow the question. The voice is cracking. I assume it is related to the collection.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
जी sir. Collections.
So Q3 collections were around 9-month collections were about 887 crores. Slightly lower, marginally lower than Q3 in 9 months last year. Primarily because Q3 our collection momentum slowed down a little bit because we didn't have launches. So this collection from sustenance sales, the existing sales have been very strong, has grown meaningfully on a quarter-on-quarter basis as well as year-on-year basis. The new sales related collections have been deferred because we deferred 2 launches from December to January and February. So इसकी वजह से हमारा collection थोड़ा muted थे, but we think collection will bounce back in Q4 with 6 launches lined up.
ऑन दी अदर हैंड आपका करंट नेट डेट क्या है और कॉस्ट ऑफ फंड्स आप कैसे देख रहे हैं क्योंकि इंटरेस्ट रेट सिनारियो अभी ऊपर जैसे जा रहे हैं और स्प्लिट बिटवीन द आप अगर जाना चाहे कि सोर्स ऑफ फंड्स कैसे रहेगा और इंटरनल श्रीराम कोई अक्रूवल्स कोई आप देख रहे हैं जिससे आप डेट पेमेंट कर सकते हैं.
Yeah, our gross debt is about 500 crores. Net debt is about 440 crores. And our current cost of debt as of December was 12.5% or thereabouts. This is despite a 2% increase in RBI-led repo rate increase, and therefore all the lending companies have increased their rates. And this compares with our cost of debt of about 14% in March 22. So on a comparable basis, even with RBI rate hike impact, we are down 2%. Without RBI rate hike impact, if you do a comparable apples to apples comparison, we are like 10.5 versus 14%. So there's a meaningful reduction in cost of debt. And primarily because we shifted focus from NBFC debt to banking debt for construction finance. And that has helped us in bringing down the rate. We think our cost of debt will go down marginally from current levels. And we still remain committed to bringing down our debt over the next 12 months, despite all the new launches that we are planning.
जी. और सर लास्टली समझना चाहेंगे लॉन्च पाइपलाइन जो कि 6 to 7 लॉन्चेस प्रोजेक्ट यू हैव प्लान फॉर Q4 और उसके ऊपर सर सेल्स में कंट्रीब्यूशन ये नए लॉन्चेस जो है कब तक आप देख रहे हैं और साथ ही प्रोजेक्ट एक्विजिशन अगर कोई आपने प्लानिंग किए है तो शेयर करना चाहेंगे.
So from a launch perspective, 6 launches हैं, 4 launches firm हैं, 2 launches potential launches हैं for Q4. And as you know from the past, we have a very strong metric called sales at launch, which means we sell about 30% of the project in the first 90 days of our launch. So therefore, these 4 firm launches, one of which is already launched, we have sold 10% of the project already in the one weekend that we have launched. And which is a plotted development project in Bangalore, Shriram Estates, which has already sold 10% of its project volume in the first weekend of launch. And like that, we have 4 launches for Jan to March. We believe they will add substantial volume. The overall launch alone is about 2.8 million square feet of launches that is happening in these 4 projects. In addition, subject to approvals, we might be able to launch 2 other projects. So about 4 to 6 launches should add a very strong volume profile for us in Q4. And we see further upside in the pricing curve as well.